Hello students, today I am going to discuss a topic biocontrol. Biocontrol. What is meant by biocontrol? Biological methods to control plant diseases and pests. Biological methods to control plant diseases and pests. That is called biocontrol. No doubt, insects are playing a very important role in plants' life because on account of many insects, the pollination process is going on. The pollination is a very important event in the plant's life. Then fertilization and fruit formation takes place. But there are some insects that are causing diseases. So, in order to kill those insects, pests, we are using insecticides, pesticides. We are using insecticides, pesticides. On account of these chemicals, insecticides and pesticides, of course the insects are killed, but at the same time, parallelly, the environment is polluted. The environment is polluted, the soil is polluted, the water is polluted, and there are some insecticides, pesticides that are highly carcinogenic. So that is why, in order to control the plant disease causing insects or pests, the special mechanism, the unique mechanism, nowadays people are preferring the biocontrol measures. In this biocontrol, the most important concept here it is a natural predation. Natural predation. In the ecosystem, producers, first order consumers, second order consumers, and finally the decomposers. So that is food chain. A rat is being eaten by cat. That is quite natural. So rat is the food for the cat. Like that. In the biocontrol methods, the natural predation formula is followed. The natural predation formula is followed. Let us see some examples. Aphids. Aphids are controlled by ladybird. Ladybird is a beetle. Ladybird is a beetle and with red and black markings on it. Ladybird is a beetle with red and black markings on it, and the beetle, this ladybird, is controlling aphids. Mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are controlled by dragonflies. Mosquitoes are naturally controlled by dragonflies. Butterfly caterpillars. The butterfly caterpillars, they are controlled by Bacillus thuringiensis. Bacillus thuringiensis, nowadays it is available in the market in the form of powder. This powder, and that is dissolved in water and sprayed. When these caterpillar larvae, they eat those spores, those Bacillus thuringiensis white powdery masses, they eat. In their gut, a toxic material is released and the caterpillar larvae are killed. So in order to control the caterpillar larvae, the Bacillus thuringiensis is used. Bacillus thuringiensis. Coming to many plant pathogens, they are controlled by trichoderma. Trichoderma, a Deuteromystes fungi. In fungi, Deuteromystes, the class fungi imperfecti member trichoderma In fact, it controls many plant pathogens. Arthropods, many insects, they are controlled by viruses. That group of viruses is called baculoviruses. Baculoviruses. Many arthropods, insects, they are controlled by baculoviruses. One of the best example, NPV, nucleopolyhedrovirus. Nucleopolyhedrovirus. And one unique feature regarding the virus, these are species specific. They're so specific, they kill that particular insect only. Though other insects are available, other species are available, they won't do any harm to those insects. So viruses, they show, they're very, very species specific. Bioherbicides. Some weed plants, they are controlled on account of some insects. So, in order to control the weed plants, some insects they are used. Not only that, some microbes, they cause diseases in weed plants. So maybe the insects are feeding on the weed plants, or maybe some microbes, they are causing diseases in these weed plants. We all know a very popular example, Opuntia. Opuntia cactus, Cactaceae member, a xerophyte, and that has become a very problematic plant in both Australia as well as India. So the growth of the Opuntia plant, it so happened, like nowadays we are speaking about Eichhornia. Nowadays we are speaking about Eichhornia as a weed plant. The Opuntia plant, it started growing in both the countries, Australia and as well as in India, like anything. And the Opuntia is controlled by because why Opuntia is growing like that? Due to lack of predator. A natural herbivore, that is a cochineal insect, that is Cactoblastis captorum. That is called commonly cochineal insect, that got the capacity of eating away the Opuntia. That's how the Opuntia population is controlled. Here there is one important point. Why Opuntia plants are growing like that? Due to lack of natural predator. The Opuntia plant's population, the plant population is controlled by a natural herbivore, which is commonly called cochineal insect, Cactoblastis captorum. In America, Hypericum perforatum, that is controlled by Chrysolina beetles. The higher growth of Hypericum perforatum, that is controlled by Chrysolina beetles. In citrus plantations, in citrus orchards, a main problem is with a weed plant, milkweed vines. So in citrus plants, citrus orchards, there is a problem with milkweed vines, and they are controlled by Phytophthora palmivora. Phytophthora palmivora, as you know very well, the Phytophthora belongs to Oomycetes. And that is available in spore form. Phytophthora fungus, and that Phytophthora spores, Phytophthora palmivora spores, they are called divine. When these spores are sprayed, and people, they control the milkweed vines. The milkweed vines are controlled by spraying the divine spores. What are divine spores? Phytophthora palmivora spores. And this divine, that is regarded as the first bioherbicide. Bio is related to fungi. The first bioherbicide or the first bioherbicide is that divine. Water hyacinth. Not only in India, even in America also, the water hyacinth Eichhornia, a very problematic weed plant. That problematic weed plant in Florida, totally they eradicated the water hyacinth plant by using Sarcospora rhodmani. Sarcospora rhodmani. So Sarcospora rhodmani, that is a fungal spores are available. When you spray that fungal spores, they could control the water hyacinth. That happened in Florida. In India, they are trying with Alternaria eichhorni. Alternaria eichhorni. With this, you can control the population of Eichhornia. Northern joint we take in rice fields. Northern joint wedge in rice fields. Northern joint wedge in rice fields, that is controlled by coligospores. Coligospores. The coligospores are obtained from Colletotrichum gliosporidens. Colletotrichum gliosporidens. And this particular population, especially rice, a very important crop. In this rice, the northern joint wedge, that is a problematic issue, and that is controlled by using coligospores. Coligospores are obtained from Colletotrichum gliosporidens. Colletotrichum gliosporidens. Colletotrichum, that is the member of fungi imperfecti. Bioinsecticides. Bioinsecticides. There are various strategies we are playing to control these insects. There is one technique. Those problematic insects, one technique is sterilization strategy. Sterilization strategy. In the sterilization strategy, the male insects are made sterile. When the male insects are made sterile, automatically there is no question of any fertilization phenomena. There is no mate, and of course, offsprings are not produced. That's how we are controlling this. There are some cases, especially the screwworm. Screwworm, that is Cochleomia hominivorax. Cochleomia hominivorax, commonly called as a screwworm, that is controlled by making the males sterile. Insect hormones are called pheromones. Insect hormones are called pheromones. On account of these hormones, attraction happens. They attract males. So these insect hormones, pheromones, when you spray these pheromones, automatically all males are attracted. And definitely what happens now, they are unavailable for the reproduction. All the males that are attracted towards this hormone in the fields we are using, and they are unavailable for the reproduction. And there is one more process, molting hormone. This molting hormone, ecdysone, a juvenile hormone. Ecdysone, a juvenile hormone. On account of this hormone, early death of insect pest happens. The molting takes place and the growth phenomenon is interrupted. The death happens. So we are controlling that insect population. natural insecticides. We are getting some insecticides from some plants natural insecticides. Rotenone. There is one plant, Derris elliptica. From Derris elliptica, rotenone is obtained from the roots. That is an insecticide. A very popular commercial plant, tobacco. From the tobacco plant, nicotine is obtained. Nicotine is also an insecticide. Nicotine also is an insecticide. You take a neem plant, Exardiricta indica. From the neem plant leaves, we are getting azadirachtin. Azadirachtin we are getting. That is also a natural insecticide. In mosquito repellents, mosquito coils, they use a chemical that is pyrethrin and cynerine. Pyrethrin and cynerine. The pyrethrin and cynerine are obtained from Chrysanthemum cinerifolium. Chrysanthemum cinerifolium, from which we are getting two insecticides naturally, that is a pyrethrin and cynerine. Already discussed this Bacillus thuringiensis, thuricide. So from Bacillus thuringiensis, thuricides are obtained. So we are developing by genetic engineering techniques. Insect resistance is developed in some plants. Pest resistance is developed in some plants. There is one protein called cry protein. On account of the expression of this cry protein, the insects, the pests, they were killed. So in the case of the plants, the insect resistance, the pest resistance is developed. So Bacillus thuringiensis, we are getting a thuricide. Next, smoother crops. There are some crops. When you are growing them, when you are growing those crops, in and around those crops, there is no question of development of. They never allow the weed plants to grow. So such crops are called smoother crops. The smoother crops, they don't allow the weeds to grow nearby, because these crops they release some chemicals in the nearby area, on account of which weed plants they cannot grow. And definitely these smoother crops are good if you are using for crop rotation. So when you entertain the smoother crops for crop rotation, automatically, naturally, they reduce incidence of weeds. For example, the smoother crops, barley, rye, sorghum, sunflower, soybean, millets, alfalfa, marigold. These are all the smoother crops. So in between two main crops, if the crop rotation is done with these crops, so definitely it is good. The weed plants, the weeds to a greater extent they are reduced. Catch or trap crops. So catch or trap crops. You all know cotton is one of the major crop, commercial crop. So throughout the world, especially in countries like India, cotton is one of the very important major commercial crop. But the cotton is definitely attacked by spotted bollworms and jessees. So a huge loss is there for the cotton crop on account of spotted bollworms and jesseeds. So what people nowadays they are doing, the organic farmers, in and around the cotton crop, they are growing bendi or okra, nothing but lady's finger. Bendi or okra, the lady's finger, also attacked by the spotted bollworms and the jesseeds. It is a very good, cotton is a very good major commercial crop. So in order to control in the nearby regions these bollworms and jesseeds, we are growing bendi. The bendi is an early grown crop. It won't take much time for its development. So when you are growing the bendi crop in and around the major crop cotton, nearby that area, the bollworms and jesseeds, they are attracted by the bendi, and of course, we lose the bendi crop. But anyway, the major crop is in the safe zone. And the cotton is also attacked by red hairy caterpillar. The red hairy caterpillar that also attacks the cotton. So in order to attract the red hairy caterpillars around the major crop cotton, sesame is grown. The sesame is attracting these red hairy caterpillar, and automatically the major crop is in safe position. So that is such type of crops. Those are called trap crops or catch crops. So bendi is a trap crop and sesame is a trap crop. The major crop is cotton, and the bendi is attracting the spotted bollworms and jesseeds, and the sesame is attracting red hairy caterpillar. Automatically the major crop is safe.